Well, this is good. I'm just had some lunch. I left my B&B at 10 o'clock this morning and took the tram down to the cruise landing harbour thingy, and just been to have some lunch, killing time now, walking around until the cruise boards. And I'm in the Parc de la Citadel. It's on the Citadel Basin down here near the confluence of a couple of rivers, and it looks like it's open, so I'm going to have a walk around inside. So, got a bit of a moat here. It's not that high a wall, although can't imagine wanting to climb it with people shooting at me. Bit surprised to find it completely open, but pleased. Haven't got a good handle on it yet. That must be the outer revetment. After subjecting the city to his authority in 1681, Louis XIV began building new fortifications with a star-shaped citadel attached to the city on its eastern side. This citadel, built in line with Vauban's principles, which turns up everywhere, would strengthen Strasbourg's position on the border of the Holy Roman Empire. A city within a city, it comprises of barracks, officers' quarters, the governor's residence, powder magazines, feed stores, but also mills, ovens, and a church. Was developed into a park in 1964. A many-shaded path snaked through the citadel's ruin, featuring an escape door, an escape wall, two bastions, as well as ditches that once used as moats as glaciers. Well, there you go. Like to see a plan now. Found that plan I was looking for. Oh, won't bore you with it, but it's going to help me make some sense. Danger de chute, interdit public. That's always a good place to go. So, obviously, they don't want you over there in case you fall. When at these fortresses, I like to try and work out how they used to work, but this one's got me buggered. Those walls seem to be on the bloody inside instead of the outside. So, can't work that out at all. And there's more walls right the way along there with a moat. So I'm guessing they hope the enemy came from a particular direction. Anyway, I'm walking over there where those cranes are behind the bridge, and then just going to take up a position in the waiting lounge at the boat place until I can get on board. 4:30, she said. Got lots of no ideas today. Why would you build a little alcove like that? It doesn't go anywhere. Maybe it once used to. I don't think so. I think it's always been like that. I mean, this at least is big enough for people to stand in, and there's a fireplace at the other end. It's probably a guard room. And here's another one of those little alcoves with nothing. Oh well, such is life. It's an interesting building frontage there. God knows what that is either. My best guess would be one of those modernistic churches where they were trying to attract people back in the 60s. This is a good view. I'm going walking around the Basin. Just been to the bank, got some euros cash for tips on the ship. As I say, tip early, tip often. These two down here having a domestic. She turned around and clocked him one. He followed her, tried to hug her. She clocked him again. He went down like a bag of spuds, been on the side of the road for the last 2 minutes, I'd say. Anyway. So I started where those ships are, walked around behind the back of the train there, followed the banks of the river all the way into the nearest town, had some lunch, came back to where that Citadel is, and then coming up this bridge, crossing here, going back across that bridge where the tram's going to go. Hopefully it's not just a tram bridge. And then back to the ships along the riverbank there, and going to sit in the waiting room where it's warm. Started to rain, it's a bit chilly. I think there's the domestic violence couple. That's the last bridge I was on. And I've come down the back of this rubbish pile here. And this is clearly mainly a tram bridge, not a road bridge, but it's a footpath and bike path, and it's rather unusually built. So sure. And there's my boat, one of those over there. Being the port side of town, it's not the most salubrious part.